1/2, lesson 29. We are talking about multiplication with fractions today. So this is a simple lesson once again. You already know how to multiply with fractions. When you multiply with fractions, look at this example. 1/4 times 3/5. So all that you have to do is start by multiplying your numerators, your top numbers, and then multiply your denominators, your bottom numbers. First, before you multiply, you do need to check if you can cancel anything. That would be if you have any numbers that are across from each other that have common factors. So if I look at this example, 4 and 3 don't have any common factors aside from 1, and 1 and 5 don't have any common factors aside from 1. So I can't cancel anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 5 is 20. I cannot reduce 3 over 20, so that's my final answer, 3/20. Now before we continue, I want you to look at my number 4. Remember that any number can be written as a fraction. Any whole number can be changed into a fraction because 4 is the same as 4 over 1. Remember that the fraction bar just means division, and 4 divided by 1 is 4. So 4 is the same as 4 over 1. That's important when you have something like this. 2/9 times 4. Well, how are you supposed to do that? Can you multiply just like that? Well, not quite, because how would you know what you multiply by? Do you multiply the 4 by the 2 or by the 9? Fractions have a top and a bottom, but not a middle. So what do you do with that? Well, we use our knowledge that 4 can be written as a fraction, and we write 4 as a fraction. 4 over 1. Now that's something that we can multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. 9 times 1 is 9. And so we have 8 over 9. Let's look at one more example before we move on to the next part of multiplying with fractions. I have 4 times 3/5. 4 times 3/5. So what do I have to do? Well, I change that 4 into a 4 over 1. I change it into a fraction. I get the right side of my marker, so I actually write. There we go. Is there anything that can cancel? Nope, so now I just multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. And 5 times 1 is 5. And it's fine to leave that as an improper fraction. You don't need to change it. Okay, now the next part of what we're looking at is when you see something like this. 3/7 of 42. 5/7 of 12. Anytime that you see that word of, just remember that of means multiply. Your book on page 85 goes through and shows you why that is true. I'm not going to go through it here on the video. Just remember that of in algebra always means multiply. Of in algebra means multiply, okay? So let's check that out. 3/7 times 42 is really what we are saying. So we would set it up. 3/7 times, now we change this into 42 over 1 so that it's a fraction. I can cancel the 7 and the 42 because their greatest common factor is 7. 7 goes into 7 one time, 7 goes into 42 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. So 3/7 of 42 is 18. Okay, now we have 5/7 of 12. 5/7 of 12. Well, remember that of in algebra always means multiply. You're going to see that a lot, so you have to get used to it. So this means that 5/7 times, I'm going to change my multiplication sign to a dot, 12 over 1. Now I know there's a glare on the board, so it's hard for you to see, but this is a 5, 7, 12, 1. Do they have anything that can cancel? No, 5 and 1 don't have any common factors besides 1. Same thing with 12 and 7. So I'm going to multiply across. 5 times 12 is 60. And 7 times 1 is 7. It can't be reduced, and I can leave it as an improper fraction, so I'll leave it just like that. Okay, pause now and do your practice. Okay, how did you do? Did you feel comfortable doing those problems? Letter A should be 40. 4/3 of 30 is 40 because you put 30 over 1. The 3 and the 30 can cancel because their greatest common factor is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 30 divided by 3 is 10. So you have 4 times 10 is 40. 1 times 1 is 1. 40 over 1 equals 40. B, 3/4 of 15 is 45 over 4. You put your 15 over 1 and multiply it by 3/4. Nothing can cancel. 15 times 3 is 45. 4 times 1 is 4. Letter C, 5/7 of 3 is 15 over 7. You put your 3 over 1 and multiply by 5/7. Nothing can cancel. 5 times 3 is 15. 7 times 1 is 7. 15 over 7. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Love you guys. Have a great day.